So a common scenario is you wake up in the morning and your house is about 58 degrees and you can't understand why your furnace isn't running. I'm going to show you the number one cause about 99% of the time of why your furnace won't ignite. Just keep watching. I'll show you how to get into this furnace, take the part out, clean it up, reinstall the part, and hopefully get your furnace fired back up. First thing you want to do before you open up this furnace is make sure the power is shut off. Most furnaces will have some type of power shut-off device attached right to them or very close. So shut the power off first, and then we're going to remove these covers. Now there's not that many actual furnace manufacturers out there. They just rename and rebadge a lot of furnaces. Might be one manufacturer, make 5 different furnaces. It's all the same furnace, they just put different brand names on it. This happens to be a Trane XV95. So a lot of furnaces are going to be applicable to what I'm about to show you. We need to remove this bottom cover, and usually the bottom has some type of turn locks on it. So we're going to open up the bottom, remove that, and then the top you're going to usually push up and out. Now we need to remove this burner cover, and it's held in place by 2 screws. And depending on your model, it's either going to be 5/16 or 8mm. We're going to go ahead and remove these 2 screws and remove this cover. Now this cover is usually just going to pull out from the bottom. You may have to push up and out depending on your model. This one's going to come out and down just a little bit. Now that that cover is removed, you want to look for your igniter. And your igniter is usually going to have a white wire with a push-on connector, and you'll see about a 1/2 inch of ceramic sticking out. This is your igniter, and this is what we want to remove. And it's usually only going to be held in by 1 screw. Once you've located the igniter, you're going to want to pull off that terminal. Just like that, it's going to pull out straight. And then most likely this screw here is going to be a 1/4 inch or maybe a 6mm depending. We're going to loosen up this screw and remove the igniter. The igniter is normally an L-shaped piece, so don't try to pull it straight out. As you can see, part of it's hanging down right there. You're going to have to pull out as far as you can, and then you're going to have to rotate it to pull it the rest of the way. Just don't pull straight out. Now we need to clean this igniter. You're going to want to make sure that the tip is especially clean. And I like to use about 120 grit sandpaper. And you're just going to do the end and clean up all the carbon off of the end of this igniter. Now if you don't have sandpaper, you don't have to run to the hardware store. You can either use an SOS pad, some Scotch-Brite, maybe even some baking soda. Something with a little bit of grit that you want to clean off all of this kind of carbon buildup. It should be nice and shiny when you're all done. Now to reinstall the igniter, simply install it back into its positioning hole. And you're going to want to push it all the way in and then rotate it up into position. And then with one finger, you're going to have to hold it in position, otherwise it will rotate and fall back down. And then insert the screw. Once your igniter is in position and tightened down, simply reinstall the push connector onto the end of the igniter. And now we'll reinstall this cover and tighten down the 2 holding screws. Now we'll reinstall this upper panel. And then the lower. And tighten down the 2 turn locks. Once all the panels are securely in place, go ahead and turn on the power. And hopefully your furnace kicks back on and you're back in business. If it's not the case, I have other videos on some other issues that could be problematic as well. But this is probably the #1 cause. Hope this video was helpful and informational, and thank you for watching.